Morning people, this is Jim, otherwise known as the Outdoor Outlaw. I just thought I'd go through how many variations of tarpaulin setup you can use just by using one tree, two trees. Right, now usually you have a piece of string going from this tree to this tree and you just shove the tarpaulin over the top of the string. And you can have it as tight or as loose as you want, as long as it's tight. Tight is better. Now, this is where bungees are so much better than string. Okay, right. So, as you can see, at the moment I've got a bungee wrapped around the tree, and then as you see there, another bungee in half, and it's attached like so. So I've wrapped it round the tree and it's tight there, right? Okay. Now, so I don't need any string going through the centre. Now, as you can see, oops, this way there's another bungee here. Oh, I found that bungee, so I thought, oh, I can use that one as an extra. As you can see, that bungee, and then it's just doubled up. It goes through the loop as so, and that's how it's attached. And as you can see, the bungee goes around the tree. Now then, as you see, I like a little bit of air, so I turned my tarpaulin into a palace. I call it a palace because it's got one upright there that is telescopic. You undo the screw and out it slides, and then you have another one there. Now the advantage of this is you can come in easy and in out and in easy to get into your camp. But I'm now going to show you another type of variation. This will just take a couple of seconds. So I take away this pole, okay? Now, as you can see, straight away, your access is limited, but it's still effective because depending on which direction the wind is coming from, so if the wind is coming from this direction, it's going to be stronger because you have an upright here. If you can see this upright, so if the wind is coming from this direction, it's going to be stronger because of the upright. Now then, here's another variation. As you can see, I did say you still have plenty of access. Okay, now if you are and you don't have poles, so you take this pole away. Now as you can see, now it's just basically an A-frame, okay? But with this, the access is limited, but it's a little bit better. The access is a little bit better because here, as you can see, I have fixed a bungee here, and as I go round, I have put a bungee here. Now, the good thing is about this is because there's air coming underneath, because as I said, I do like a bit of air. So as the air is coming underneath, you stay cool in the summer, but not so warm in the winter. Now, to stay warmer in the winter, you would in fact stick a tent peg in that hole there, so you would not have the bungee. The same the other side, but with that, your access is really limited, and when you get into it, umping and bumping about, trying to get into your sleeping bag, and this is why I like bungees. But the good thing is about that for the winter, when it's pinned to the ground, is the fact that there's less air getting under the tarpaulin. So when there's less air, the warmer you stay. And I just thought now, because I have the time, I am now going to show you one other type of tarpaulin. Now this is just like the old-fashioned army pup tent. I'll just get my bag out of the way, and that is another type of tent that you can have. So I've shown you one with the 2 poles either side, one with a pole just there, one with a pole here, so that's 3, and then you have this one which is 4. Easy. I mean, you know, plus if you pin it to the ground, that is 5. That is if you do not carry bungees and you just have the string. Yes, okay, people will argue that string is lighter than the bungees, but the bungees, you know, you can stretch them, you can pull them, you can put them in all different shapes and different ways of doing things. With string, it's like you tie it in a knot, and then in the morning it's wet. You try and undo that knot, your fingers are cold, it's a bitch. And we all know that, I don't know how many people have actually tried to untie a knot when their fingers are cold, but blah blah blah. Don't forget, I'm no knot expert, so yes, I would do a slip knot. Now what happens if I'd done a slip knot the wrong way? Yes, the tent would fall down in the middle of the night through a gust of wind or something, because Mr. Dickhead here didn't put up a slip knot correctly. Okay, now that's not just the only setup. Another type of setup you can have, because you have a tree here and a tree here, and by using a bungee, let's go round this side because the light is probably better. Now, by using a bungee, you can make a lean-to, and what I mean by that is you attach this corner to this tree, and you attach this corner to this tree. Same way, just use the bungees as they are there, and as they are there. Then, as you come round, you pull this end out to here. Still have it at the same height, but then you pull this corner to here, and you pull this corner to here. Then you have a lean-to. Now, I haven't got one of these 3x3 tarpaulins, okay? Now, but if I did have a 3x3 tarpaulin, what I could do is only pull, if you're going to do the lean-to, you've put up the 2 corners on the tree. Then, if I had a 3x3, you pull this a third of the way up, and this one, you pull this down to the floor, okay, you pull this down to the floor, and the excess you tuck underneath so that it's basically a lean-to with like an L shape, and then you can use the flap, this part of the, just this going along here. If you tuck this underneath, you can then use that as a ground sheet. Have you got, I think people, if you are experienced, then you know what I'm talking about. If you're inexperienced, I will explain it. I will actually make one in a minute, and I will also make a lean-to in a minute, and I will explain. But I can't do it at the moment because I haven't got a bloody tripod, and this is what's stopping me from doing better filming. But as you can see, I had a really comfortable night last night. I've shown you 5 or 6 different ways of setting up without actually doing it, apart from moving the poles about. But I am going to make a lean-to in a minute using this tree, using the 2 trees, and I'll show you what I mean by the lean-to and also the L-shaped lean-to, where you can have a slight ground sheet, although the ground sheet won't be as big because I don't have a 3x3 tarpaulin. I wish. I just can't seem to get them in England. I can get these ones, but not the 3x3s. Anyway, as you can see, this is beautiful. I mean, look at the size. This woods is absolutely massive. It just goes on and on and on. Just for once, I'm in the wilderness. I'm not on a footpath by any... Alright, yes, there has been a couple of dog walkers coming through here, some Farmer Giles type characters, you know, with their green wax jacket on, and they go through here, ooh-ah, and whistling their dogs, and the dogs want to come and say hello, and the farmer don't like it, thinks I might have fleas or something. But anyway, that's it. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? But anyway, you like what I got to say? Comment, say anything you like, call me anything you want. Just don't call me Shirley. This is video number 25, I think. So I will be making a number 26, and I will be using exactly the same woods here, and I will make a lean-to just to show you how quick it is. And yeah, job done. Okay, speak to you soon, people. Have a great life now. This is Jim. This is the Outdoor Outlaw checking out. Speak to you soon. Bye now. Ta-da.